What's up guys, I'm Suman from Stein and this here is the iPhone SE, and this here is the best small smartphone of 2018, and let me explain. So I was a OnePlus 6 user and I switched from the OnePlus 6 to the iPhone SE, and you might think I am a crazy old man, and yes, I surely am. So the main reason for me switching over to the SE is because I really got frustrated of the huge size of smartphones that are being released now, 6.2 inches, and there's even a 7.2 inch smartphone if I'm not wrong. The convenience, the ease of use, like using a smartphone with one hand is extinct now, and I really miss that. So that is the reason I went into search for a really portable smartphone. But my first option was of course Android, because I am really attached to the Android world, and not that I'm a fanboy, but I prefer Android more than any other operating system. But sadly I couldn't find any, and I eventually moved on to the OnePlus X, but still that was a 5-inch smartphone, and even 5-inch was not the sweet spot for me. And the OnePlus X, as you know, is little more broader in terms of the width, and that really didn't give a really good experience. And I think it is my bad luck that I really couldn't find any Android phones which were small, 4 or 4.3 inches, but had really good specifications and at least a decent camera. And then I made the decision to move over to the iPhone SE, and to be honest, it's been 3 weeks I've been using this phone and I really like it. So let me tell you why. The iPhone SE is a 2.5-year-old smartphone, but this bad boy here performs like a champ. So the A9 chip on this sucker here is really powerful, and it completely destroys all your mid-range smartphones like your Moto G6, Moto G5s and other phones like that. Single-handedly this can easily beat in synthetic benchmarks, and even in real life performance it is really fast, and now you can play games on this no problem at all. But one limiting factor to this is the screen size. Now by all means you can go ahead and play the game and it will work just fine, but if you want your eyes to get ruined, then definitely play PUBG on this, because everything is so small on this. You need to strain, you need to go really close and play the game. But other than that, this here is a true powerhouse, and with Apple improving OSs more and more, from iOS 11 you get the best update, iOS 12. I think you can probably use this phone for more years to come, maybe say even 3 more extra years. This should work really fine. Now the display on the iPhone SE isn't for everyone. Now this here is a 4-inch display, and if you are someone who really wants a small screen smartphone where you can access all the 4 corners, then I think this here is the right choice for you. But let me just tell you one thing, yes, this is not high resolution by any means. Due to the small size, all the pixels are cramped into this small display, and because of that this appears to be sharp. Yes, this is actually not really sharp or anything, but it appears to be sharp, and that is a really brilliant move by Apple. Now at normal distance, when you are looking at this, you will definitely not find any sort of pixelation, and that is amazing. Even up close, of course you can't focus, but to the range where you can focus, you won't be able to see any pixels. And now fun fact is that of course this doesn't support native 1080p on YouTube, but still the videos will play on 1080p, and that is really good. And due to this extreme compression, the picture looks a tad bit sharper when compared to other big phones with low resolution. Now the design also contributes a lot to this amazing usability of this smartphone. Now this has the block design, and the latest iPad Pro also has it, and this is an iconic design for Apple. Sorry for the notifications, but anyways, as I was saying, this here is an a really iconic design for Apple, and I think they should do this in their upcoming smartphones. But anyways, now this design like really contributes to this amazing user experience. Now with this design I can hold this like really well and access all the four corners, which is like really convenient. So overall, if you're someone like me who really hates all these huge as smartphones and want something really small, convenient, and like really cute like this, I think the iPhone SE is definitely the one to go with. But how is the battery life? Now, I have to say that the battery life on the iPhone SE is really good. But how good is it? So now I'm showing off just to let you know that I work out, but anyways, the iPhone SE has like one of the best battery lives for a small smartphone. Now if you're a person who uses their phones like just for casual use, then you can get a day or even a day and a half of use. Anyways, if you're someone who uses their phone like in a mediocre manner where you play games, surf, but not heavy gaming, if you're someone like that, and you can definitely get a whole day out of this. And considering the small size of the battery, I think this is pretty good. Now, what about if you are a really hardcore user? Then this bad boy would definitely come say around for 3/4 of the day. And sorry, getting old, but anyways, if you start using this smartphone say from your office day from morning 8 o'clock, this will, and you play a lot of games and surf the internet a lot, then this will definitely help you through the working day, entire working day. Like say by the end of the day, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, there would be still charge for you to make calls or just look at text messages, and that is pretty good considering this form factor and the small battery size. Now with iOS 12 and all those amazing power saving options, the battery life on the SE is like pretty good. Now yes, I keep on telling this is pretty good because I've been using this phone extensively and this is my primary device, so I use WhatsApp and all those other social networking sites on this. I sometimes play casual games, so most of the time it is this. I never believed that I could get a whole day's use of this phone with a single charge, and that is pretty good. Now if you're planning to buy this, I'm sure you would not feel like really disappointed. But again, I'm telling you, iOS 12's power saving features are really good, so that should pretty much help you get through the day. In focus, and yes. Now this is the age where people are obsessed with taking photos, especially on their smartphones, and I'm happy to say that the iPhone SE will definitely not disappoint you. In fact, I can say it will impress you a lot. Now yes, this is a 2.5-year-old smartphone, but the camera on this is the same exact camera of the iPhone 6s, and it is impressive. Now when you take this phone out and take shots, the shots turn out to be really detailed. The dynamic range, even though not the best as what you have in the industry right now, it definitely does a good job. Now sometimes the dynamic range goes haywire, but that is not like regularly, but that is when there's too much of harsh light behind you or right in front of you. That is the only time when the dynamic range suffers a little bit, but other than that, this is like amazing. Now if you want to take photos of your friends, or if your friends take photos of you, or if you're planning to take selfies of yourself with the back camera, then this will definitely impress you, considering that this here is a 2.5-year-old smartphone. But on the subject of front facing cameras, I think this is a whole different story. Now if you're in a well lit condition, like, or rather say if you're in under natural light, under sunlight, then the photos turn out like good. I won't say this is the best, because nowadays smartphones come with 20 megapixels and 24 megapixel front cameras, and those are amazing, that especially in terms of detail. So this here is just a 1.2 megapixel camera, which I like have to say is not great, but considering that most people just upload it on Instagram, I think for that purpose it will get the job done. But again, I'm telling you, it is not going to be detailed. Now I've pretty much covered all the main things about the iPhone SE. Now there are a few things that are like good and bad about the iPhone SE. Now you have headphone jack, that is good. Now the build is amazing, like this is a really solid build, and that is again great.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Sorry. And then you have amazing software support from Apple, and especially iOS 12 is great. But there are few things like the speaker, like at the highest volume distorts a bit, and definitely don't watch YouTube on this, because if you're someone who is used to bigger screens, or maybe if you're someone who watches YouTube on your computer or laptop, then this will definitely not be the ideal solution for you. I bought this bad boy for 16,000, and I think for that price this phone is definitely a beast. But this phone is not for everyone. Why is that? And the simple reason for that is because nowadays people don't want small phones, but there are people like me who want really small phones which don't have any compromises whatsoever, and I think the iPhone SE delivers. Until then, if you are someone who wants a small screen phone experience with one of the best performance, cameras, battery life, I think the champ here is the iPhone SE, and I can wholeheartedly say that this bad boy here is a beast. So, if you like this kind of videos that I am making right now, definitely make sure you hit that like button. If you don't like this style of videos, I don't mind, because I am going to make videos from now onwards like this. If you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. So thank you for watching, and this is Sumant signing off once again. Catch you later. Bye.